My boy.
Dude, episode 8, Carter, how we doing?
I'm
How we
good.
doing, dude? I am so happy. We've been hanging out for a while. I've been doing videos and pictures for you for a while, but I'm so glad you're on. That's the main thing. And Luke, introduce yourself.
Well, listen, my name's Luke Colanino, if anybody doesn't know me. I was a wrestler my whole life, but not anywhere near the caliber of Carter, so it's a little different. But, dude, I remember back in, like, middle school, first hearing your name, like, hearing, like, names like RBY, like, stuff like that. And I was just always like, dude, those guys are fucking sick, man. And then you get to college and you're around these guys and you realize they're all just like, they're normal dudes. They're guys that you'd be, on the mat with, guys hanging out in the practice room with. So that's the coolest thing to me, but that was my weird long-winded.
No, that was dope.
All right, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is all-day work. Tell me
work.
about all-day work. Tell me about all-day work. It stuck with me.
I think that got introduced to me one day. I was in the gym and it was like really late, and I like to talk a lot of shit when I'm in the room.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
know
just
that.
like that's just how I get down. And so like it's guys were leaving the gym and it was late and stuff like that. And I was running my mouth, and then we were going back and forth, and I was like, "This is that all day work," and dude, like everyone just loved it. And just,
Dude, I'm not
that's
going to
how I
lie.
kept
I
going.
say it all the time now.
Yeah, dude, ever since you started saying it around me, I picked it up and I'm like, God, I'm quoting Carter all the time now.
You're one. You posted someone for his birthday, and you were like, "All day this, all day work."
Yeah.
And I was like,
I was gonna tag you, but I was like, dude, that's fucking.
Dude, I get fired up when I see that because like I saw you in the gym and I like just got home. And I can't remember what I was doing, but I just got home, opened up my laptop and I seen that. I was like, damn, I gotta go put that all day work.
Dude, no, that's honestly, dude. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about was like, I love all day work simply because you said it. The way that your work ethic to me is fucking mind blowing.
I mean, like, by example. Like, it proves itself. To an extent.
Like, you really do embody the all day work. Like, I'll see on your Snap story, it's like 2 a.m. and you're in the wrestling room, and I'm like, this kid really is grinding nonstop.
Like, honestly, tell us how do you become such a dominant force in wrestling? Like, what does it take?
I wouldn't.
Like,
I would change the word from like you said. This meant like this dude's grinding. I don't look at it as grinding because like that's just like a term. Like if you think about the word grinding, it's like if I'm grinding this right here, like eventually like I'm gonna beat this up like too much and like you're gonna need a new one.
Yeah.
So like I don't like to like think about the word grinding because I'm not grinding my body. I'm just enjoying my time. Like I'm just like, and it's just like,
That's true.
so I just like I don't use that word. I just think of it as all day work, and I'm just like, what's like the next thing I can work on? And like honestly, it's almost I have a hard time turning that off, and it's actually pretty funny because like when I was in high school and stuff, I just like wasn't understood, and just like it would really frustrate me, and I had a hard time dealing with people that like didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, cause I just wanted to win, and like even winning, I would like that wasn't enough. I had to like dominate everybody, and so yeah, I wouldn't use the word grinding. I just look at it as like I'm doing my thing.
Well, I love
I
it.
like that. I do like that.
Really.
Because, again, like, grinding, you don't want to, like, hurt yourself. You don't want to be uncomfortable.
It's
you
just-
want to like life.
Yeah. It's just small stuff too like that because like one, it's already like a really tough sport. You know, like it's the weight cuts, the training, the schedule, how long it is, and so I just think just really small stuff like that, just choosing how you select your words and stuff like that, it makes like the biggest difference because like I look at it as like you train yourself with like how you train your mind and like how you choose your words and things like that, and I just feel like that energy and like how it makes you feel just changes everything, and I think that's more important than the all day work. You know what I mean? Even though that is all day work, but because that's like a part of my training is like being careful how I like word things, but
Dude, run me through a day. What's like in season, a day of the life. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I think it's good because the reason I want to hear what your day in the life is like is because I really do think people aren't gonna realize just how frequently you're turned on to everything. Like, dude, just that's the biggest thing for me. Like, it sounds stupid when I say it, but like, that was the biggest mindset change for me when I got to Penn State. I started to be around these people who are like, not just the high school like really good kid at your high school, everybody knew. It's like you get around people who are literally world class. Like
Yeah.
like some of
There's
the
some
best
dope people at
anywhere.
Penn State.
It's
We have a
unbelievable.
lot of diversity, a lot of different people that are good at different things, which I like.
Yeah, dude. And so that's why like I do want to know, what does a day look like for somebody who's literally a like world champion caliber wrestler?
Yeah, so honestly, so this year I had to make a lot of big changes because I was running out of time. I just didn't have like enough time to like just do what I wanted to do in the gym, and I'm just thinking like, dang, like it's already like 3 in the morning. Like I got to be back here in like 3 hours. So like, so I changed something this year. I got a chef. And shout out to Chef Nick, Nittany Nicks.
Yeah.
He hooked up the football team. A few of our wrestlers now, and so I mean he hooks it up. I mean like he's bringing food to like he's dropping it off in my locker. Like he makes things like a lot like more time efficient. So get up at like so it depends when I'm not in peak mode. So you can only peak your body for it's short periods of time. So when I'm not in peak mode, I'm doing more, and then when I'm peaking, I'm doing less. But it's not really less. It's just like less on my physical wear and tear and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm up at like 5. I'll meditate. I'll visualize. I'll stretch. Get to the gym, and usually I get to the morning workout around like 6:30 or 7, and then do technique with my coach. I'm there till like 11, 12, and then I'll bring one of my meals. I'll eat one of my meals. I'll go back. Well, I'll shower, and then I'll watch some film or like I'll read or something like that, and then gotta be back in the gym in like 2.5 hours. So practice starts at 1:30.
It's all day. It's all day work.
Yeah, finish practice around like 6 aroundish, and then I'll meet my Dr. Camacho. He'll come to my
He's
crib
the boy.
sometimes to
He's
help
the
save
boy.
my time. Yeah, or like I'll go to his house because it's after hours, and like he embodies the all day work too. I mean, he's a guy that like. He'll be texting me and like he'll send me a picture. I'm like, yeah, dude, like let's get it. Like I'm in the gym, so like we just kind of feed off it too. And so I'll go to him, and then when I finish with him, I'll have a meal. I'll heat it up, eat it, and then it's usually around 10, and then head back to the gym, and then I finish around like 2 a.m.
Dude, okay, so it's like that's okay. I think some people seeing this are gonna be like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, literally, like that's the crazy thing is like it. To me, I never like I always understood there's a difference between
Yeah.
like
I guess we can talk about where it came from.
yeah, that's
So I think on like because I said it when I got here, but like that mindset, I guess we can talk about like
You
where
carried that.
Yeah. So at a young age, I started wrestling when I was 3 years old, and my brother wrestled, and so I thought he was the coolest dude in the world. Like when his football number was 4, I rocked 4. He switched it to 44. I went to 44. Then he changed it to 14. And I changed mine to 14. Like everything he did, like how he dressed, like I wanted to be just like him, and so I kind of wrestled after him and stuff like that. So, and I was just always very competitive. And so I had like a lot of success when I first started, and so I always worked hard, and I kind of just ate what my parents were cooking and stuff like that. Like I would go to like at family parties, just kind of like I would wrestle, and then I would always do like a little more than it was just done, and then kind of chilled. Got to high school, I was on like a 4-year like undefeated streak, and so I'm thinking like I'm the man, this, and this, and
wait, so this is you getting into high school.
yeah, getting into high school, and my freshman year, I took 8th place at states.
Oh.
I took 8th place at states, bro.
Well, but
That's
yeah,
a
it's
fucking
like, okay,
motivator
yeah,
right
but
there.
it's like it's funny, right? So it's like okay, yes, you
In
were on
Pennsylvania,
4-year
too. Pennsylvania's
undefeated
like-
streak. Yeah, dude, Pennsylvania is I think the best wrestling state in the country. I always argue that, but like the fact that you are even taking 8th as a true freshman in high school, coming in like that's still fucking freakish, dude.
Dude, that was honestly the worst and best day of my life still today.
Really,
Like,
why?
Dude, like that day changed like I feel like when that day happened, like just imagine like you guys are heading to class in the morning. It's tomorrow when you wake up and you're just like outer space and like everything has changed. Like you are now like a different like literally it was like the Big Bang its theory just happened in my mind like that moment and it literally changed everything, bro. Like
What was the mindset switch? Like what
so
was that?
when it first happened, I was just like really like crushed. I was just very disappointed in myself and just like kind of felt bad for my family because like that's how like I represented them and it was just like it was like very very tough on me and like dude I kid you not I cried for like 3 months straight every single day and I locked myself in my room for like almost 3 months. And there's like some articles where my dad talks about this, and he thought like he was gonna call and like and try and get me help because he thought something was wrong. Like I wouldn't talk to him, I wouldn't talk to nobody, and and what I was doing was I was just like in my room and I was just like, what's like a healthy diet? Like how, and just like searched up every question. I watched every single wrestling match from like early 2000s, like every single World Team Trials, every single NCAA final match, and just kind of just watch the guys' interviews. I seen like how they were talking and stuff like that. So long story short, when I got out of this, it was like 3 months later. Like I'm not kidding, like 3 months, like I didn't see my dad, like nobody. I was in my room, and I just came out and I was like, listen, dude, because we don't come from much money, and so it was kind of just whatever we got was kind of just like you had to accept. And I was like, dude, here's the plan. You're getting me chicken, rice, and broccoli every single day. I was like, I don't care how much it is. I don't care the excuse. And I had this long list, and I told him that these things are like going to get done. And then I finished it off with, and if it's a no, I'm going to pack all my stuff and I'm leaving right now. And like, I'll live on the street. I don't care. And like, he was just like, dude, like, he was like, all right, like, here's one thing. He was like, I'll get everything, but you got to cook it. So I learned how to cook at like a young age. So that was pretty cool.
The biggest question that I had coming in here, like the one that I really wanted to ask you, 'cause the thing that fascinates me about just the people in general is the upper echelon of like any group of people, just the best of what they do. And what fascinates me is their mindset and the difference in mindset between like a normal person just walking around on the street versus somebody who's just the best at what they do. And that story, in my mind, that is so different from what I've heard other just athletes, students going through. Like that mindset is completely unique. I've never heard anybody talk like that before outside of like professional athletes.
Yeah.
And I mean, in that sense, you are a professional athlete, but like it's so fucking mind blowing. Like it really is.
Dude, if you had to look back though, would you say that 8th grade freshman year thing was your favorite match? What's your favorite match of your whole career so far?
In what terms?
Like everything, all around. Because like you said, like the 9th grade match was like the life-changing experience that you needed to be where you are today. Like any
Yeah.
other matches where you say like, change yourself?
I mean, yeah, that match. So I guess that's like my favorite match because that's like, nah, I wouldn't say that because at the time it was not my favorite.
What do you think your favorite is?
I don't know. I mean, when I win, I'm like so hard on myself. Like even if I win, I'm like still really mad. So when I win, like the matches kind of like fade. Not fade because like I still think about them and I can't stop thinking about it. So like I'm always thinking about what I could have done better and things like that. And then, but I don't let it stick to me emotionally. So I just kind of keep carrying on because like in fact, I was watching an Israel Asada interview and he said the worst day of his life was the day he won the UFC world title, and I was like, "There's no way." I'm like, "There's no way," because like for me, like it's me living my life feeling good. I'm the UFC champ, Olympic champ. So I'm thinking like that's gonna be a good day, and this dude said it was the worst day of his life, and he just kept talking about how when you like dedicate your entire life to get something, and then like as soon as you get it, it's just like this huge like rush of like you're on like cloud nine, and like everyone's calling your name, everyone wants an autograph, wants a picture, like everyone's making you feel good, and then like when you go back to your room, it's just you and it's just like your family, and like it's like a lot to like a little very quick, and it's just hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's like peaking in a sense. And that's why I think like I don't know, that's a very good point that you bring up. But like do you feel that at all when you win? Do you think that's a driving factor for why you're so good? Is because you're just like, it's constantly that grind, or not even that grind,
Yeah,
like
it is.
the work,
Yeah. All day.
all day, exactly, just nonstop. But do you think that's what? I'm gonna back up because the one question I wanted to ask is why do you think you're so as good as you are? Like, what sets you apart from everybody else? I think a big part of it is obviously mindset.
Yeah.
Which you kind of got into.
I think it's honestly like how I think. If you're asking me how I think it's everything. Like I think I do everything better than everybody, and I just think it's impossible to train more than I am because if you are, then now you're overtrained, and now your body's beating you up. Now you're fighting against yourself. If you're doing like the exact same, it's just like not gonna happen because just my abilities, and my technique is still going to separate myself. And if you're not doing as much as I'm doing, I'm just going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
And so I think the mindset is like really important too. But also, I just think that I don't know. I just think I use every single second, and like I really try and think on what I can do better, and like just on the next thing, on the next thing. And I just feel like I don't know. I just always think of like the best outcome possible, and I think the skills separate me, my flexibility, my strength. I think it's everything, and I think a big point too is my support system. I don't talk about that very often. I think I probably should, but just like my dad, my grandpa, my mom, even my coaches, just like how much support they give me, because I miss out on like a lot of family stuff. Like, like my family probably views me like as like, oh, like this guy thinks he's like something, like he's never here, and it's just like I don't know. Sometimes when I think about it, like it kind of sucks because like a little bit of the reason why I do what I do is to like what I mean, ultimately like help them and like change their life and stuff like that. But I'm just like never there. I'm just always like on the go. I forgot what I was talking about.
No,
But
No, I know exactly what you're saying. There's a line in a Travis Scott song that I thought about when you said that, and he's like, I think it's 90210. It's like the first line. And he says, "It's like my granny called. She said, Travi, you work too hard. I worry you forget about me." And like it's
damn.
it's like that whole thing of like you're working, and you're working for the family, but it's like that also takes time away from them.
That's why I look at you guys as like super cool because I'm just like these dudes are just like I don't know. I just feel you guys. I look at you guys as like complete dudes.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, we live totally different lives, and I that's why when you said that before when the camera cut out is like. What makes us cool to you? Like I guess it's different lifestyles, and that's naturally just
we
attractive.
talked about this because like you do everything to be good at one thing, but like for me, like I just like to do like everything.
Yeah.
That's like my whole thing. Is like for me, like even if I really like something, I just can't focus on it too long.
Yeah.
It's like just kind of like I feel like it's a personality trait.
It's the same thing with me. I
Yeah.
think that's why we get along very well. I like to bounce. You know what I mean?
But we all get along very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think it's awesome. Like it's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
I think it's all that. I think just how you guys carry yourself. I think like who you guys are, like your energy. You know what I mean? Just like how much love you guys give off, and I can tell you guys are engaged and like you guys are very personable. Like you can like be friends with a lot of people. And so I don't know. I just like think you guys are cool dudes. I'm like
Fuck
these
yeah,
dudes are
man.
legit. These are my boys. Yeah.
Dude, do you honestly have a role model? Maybe you'd say.
I'd probably say God and my dad.
Wow.
Yeah. Just because like when I think about God, I just think about like just like everything that's like my family, my heart, and not even wrestling or like my sport. Like I know like I give like a lot to that, but when like you really think about it, like being an athlete really is like it really doesn't mean that much, you know. Like you won the Olympics, you won the UFC title, and all this extra stuff, and you do everything you want. But at the end of the day, like that stuff is all going to be left here, and I just think when you think about that stuff and eternity and like God's love for us and he gave us this chance and opportunity to like live life and have these experiences and stuff, I just think that is like really important and really cool. And my dad, I mean, that guy's took me everywhere, like he never wrestled. He was my football coach. He was always very hard on me and stuff like that. And I probably didn't enjoy it at the time, but now that I'm a little wiser, I can be grateful for. And he's just there, like, no matter what. Like, I can call him right now and be like, yo, Dad, like, I need you here.
He's
and
a
like,
great guy.
and he would just pull up. I mean, like, he'd be like, yo, like, what the F's going on?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But, like, he would pull through, and, like, I just know, like, no matter what, that's the guy that has my back through everything. And I mean, I'm not saying no one else in my family doesn't, but I know for a fact, like, when that foxhole is dug, like, he's getting in there. And that's just, like, really cool.
I love that you just said
I
that
love
too.
that.
Yeah.
That fired
Foxholes,
me.
dog.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking.
Oh, you know all about foxholes.
Yeah, buddy.
ROTC, that's it. Let's go. But dude,
Talk about that. How was ROTC?
dude, honestly, the thing is, I would say to anybody, the quickest thing I'll say is, dude, it put me in a structure. I'd be messing around a lot more than I am right now if I didn't do ROTC. Good group of guys in the program. Everyone's like-minded in a way where we kind of have the same mindset going out of college, and I mean, I recommend it. And we're going to ROTC workout tomorrow.
Let's do it.
It's 100%. It's all right. The last workout of the semester, battalion run. It's happening. Not battalion, but either way.
No, but dude, so when I was at Big Tens, and I'm just like, all right, like when I meet a lot of people, like they can only take so much. You know what I mean? And like Mason, I'm like, all right, like how long is he gonna work out? Like like how tough is this kid? You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, all right, like let me see if he's like really tough. Because like everyone's tough at first, and then they
They
slowly fade out.
yeah.
Dude, he's pulled some stunts on me, dude. I'm like, dude, like I gotta take my cap off. Like this dude isn't a normal cat.
Dude, if there was one guy that could do it, it would be Mace. He's dude. Oh my
All
god.
day work.
Dude,
That's
so-
all I
All
say.
day work,
Dude, so
baby.
he gets in late at Big Tens, like, and you're driving too, like that beats you up alone. And who knows what he was doing that day? He was probably doing a whole bunch of shit. And so he gets in late, and I'm like still cutting weight. So like, or I'm like getting massaged, and I'm busting his balls because like he's laying down. Dude, this dude pops back up. He's getting going, and then like slowly like he lays back down, and then like he gets back up. I'm like, all right. So then I end up going to bed really late. I had to get up in like I don't know, like how many hours you think?
Dude, we slept like 5 hours.
Yeah, and then
Maybe less.
so I had to cut more weight, dude. And this dude gets up full energy. Like usually when like it's someone else do those things, you're like, and their energy's low and they're dragging, and then like you don't want to be around that. Dude, he was amped up, like rocked up,
Right
solid.
in the
Like,
morning.
dude, like he got me fired up. I'm like, all right, like
And
let's
we
get this
cut
all
that
day.
weight.
Yeah, we
We
cut
did
that
that
weight.
weight. We did that
And it was enjoyable too. So I mean, he's pulled a couple more stunts, but I'm like,
I
yeah,
love
this,
that.
this cat's
He
different.
does. No, dude, when we were traveling with Salim and that, dude, this kid was first up every day.
I like you gotta be energy. Everyone's tired. You
Yeah.
just gotta look past that. It's
Mhm.
my biggest thing.
How was that whole journey that you were on?
It's a lot of fun, man. I love those guys, dude. I have nothing but good things to say about all of them.
What's that lifestyle like?
Dude, I mean, I never, like, I don't want to say, I've never traveled with the Nell Boys ever. Like, I've been to events that they've been at, and they're all really cool guys. But, like, I don't know, for me, it's just, I try to look at everybody the same. Like, that was something, that was a big thing for me. It was like my coaches would always say, like, my one coach that I had would always say, don't hero worship. Because, like, that was a big problem that I had. That was a mental, like, a mindset thing for me. And I remember just, like, he would always be like, how does he put on his socks every morning? I'm like, puts his socks on. He's like, how does he tie his shoes? I'm like, he probably ties his shoes. And he's like, okay, so why are you looking at it differently? So it's like, I try to treat everybody with that same, like, you're a human. I'll respect you. I might respect and admire the things that you've accomplished, the things that you've done, your mindset, your motivations. But I don't know. I mean, that was a long-winded way of saying I had a blast. Like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. These guys were fun to hang out with. And, you know, Salim is a really, really, really close friend of mine. Jay, all those guys, they're really, really dope dudes. And, you know, I like hanging out with them more than anything. And making content with them is fun because they have a similar mindset. And this is something that I've noticed with all successful people. Whether you're a superstar or you're just another guy, but you're motivated, they are just constantly obsessed with their craft. Like, always. That's all they do. That's all they think about. That's all they talk about. And I love being with people that are engulfed in their world 24/7. Because that makes you, like, if you're around that and you're not motivated by that,
Yeah.
then you're not human in my eyes.
I agree.
And that's why, like, I get excited when I'm around people that have that drive, that motivation. And one thing I have to ask you, because I think we're really running out of time here, but me personally, I'm very interested, and I don't know how much you can talk about it, but what your future looks like. I want to know what the next step is.
Yeah, so I'm honestly still like en route and still planning and mapping all that out. So I mean, obviously, I did make the Olympic team and stuff like that. So that was that one stings. And so I mean, I'm kind of taking that as like a real, not even wrestling lesson because I don't think it was a wrestling issue. I think it was just how I'm treating my body and things like that, and kind of listening and kind of moving the all day work, and then maybe it's more recovery or maybe it's more sleep and stuff like that. And so I'm here to figure those things out. But I mean, as far as my future, I was not gonna come back at all. I'm like school. Nah, like it's not like and like I've already won it, and like for me, I would rather win one Olympic title than 1,000 NCAA titles, and then like me and Coach Kale talked like immediately after nationals, and he was like in my ear, he was saying some things how we can make things work, and then I thought about it, talked to my family a little bit, then it kind of switched to where I was like, nah, I'm not coming back, and I was like 60-40 coming back, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, and me and Coach are gonna meet probably end of this week or early next week, and probably make a decision and things like that. But
Oh, man.
whatever decision I choose, like there's no wrong decision.
Trust it.
If it's come back, then I come back and I get my fifth one and I absolutely dominate everybody.
Fuck
Or
yeah.
I start training MMA and start knocking dudes out.
Well, yeah. So that was my other question: is like, are you interested in MMA? Is that a
Yeah.
road that you want to go
Yeah,
down?
I was just doing MMA before I
I
got
know. I
here.
remember
Yeah,
you
yeah.
told me before when I saw you at Snap. You
Yeah.
were like, "I'm gonna go train for a couple hours." and
Yeah.
then-
Yeah, and so I mean that's something like I'm heading out to Miami to train with Armand, the guy that just beat Oliveira. Yeah, I think that future is like now. So
I
that's
love
definitely in
that,
the
dude.
cards.
That fires me up, 'cause, dude, that's like my sport.
You guys got to pull up to the fights,
dude,
dude.
no, dude.
Ready to go.
People tell me like some guys are football guys.
Yeah.
That's like they watch football. Some guys are like basketball. They love it. My sport is UFC. That's all I watch, dude. Like that's what I nerd out.
Who are
about.
some of your favorite fighters?
I mean, dude, my favorite fighter of all time. My favorite celebrity, just the person that I would say I genuinely look up to, like a Conor McGregor. I love his mindset. I
Yeah,
love,
he's OC.
like, dude, he's
OC.
He is OC, and he's the reason. Like, freshman year, I was going through a really weird, like, challenging time, just mindset wise, adjusting to the new environment of Penn State. I'm not a cold weather guy. Like,
Yeah.
I like the sun, and that was just really hard for me with COVID and everything. And he like kind of like I just started watching his shit. I started training MMA, and that's kind of what got me through my freshman year. So like I don't know, I love Connor, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, we got to pull up to UFC 302 when he comes when he comes back.
Dude.
We got to pull up to that. Be lit.
Dude, I would
Dude,
love to.
The final question I want to ask is, what is your advice for aspiring wrestlers?
That's a good one. I think just a really big thing is to really make sure you're enjoying it and putting a smile on your face because,
Wow.
like I said, I think, I mean, everything's hard. I mean, if you're like a teacher or just like you're in the military, like whatever your life looks like, it's gonna be hard and there's no avoiding hard. It's kind of like you developing yourself to handle those situations better, and it's just like life's never gonna get easy. So I just think really just making sure you're enjoying it because it does go by quick, and I just think that's what life's about is to have fun. You know, like that's why I said like it's not grinding. I'm here doing what I love to do. Like I'm having fun. So I think that's like the most important thing.
I love the not grinding, dude. I love that. I think that's that goes back to that mindset thing, dude. That's a fundamental difference.
You know what? It helps me because like I'll be going to the gym and sometimes I'm like, damn, I don't want to be coming here and like where I live, I gotta pass downtown and I just see like every girl's half naked and everyone's just doing their thing. And I just tell myself like this is like I'm gonna go do what I want to do. And like when I really think about it, like maybe in that moment I don't want to go back to the gym or like I want to go like hang out or something like that. But like when I sit down and think like deep, what do I want to do? It's I'm going to the gym and like that's what I want to do. Like
Dude,
like
oh
it's
my
not
God.
like it's
All
nothing
that is
else.
work.
It's so different than like how 99 point almost all people do. It's so fascinating to me, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta end on that.
Dude, oh, yeah.
That was the best
Dude, that
time
was-
ever. That was the best time ever.
Dude,
You guys are the best.
I could sit here and talk for hours. Maybe we'll revisit sometime.
Yeah.
A couple years down the
Yeah.
road, we'll be sitting
In
Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see you down there, bro.
For sure. I'll be there this summer.
Thank
go.
you guys. I
Thanks for having me on,
appreciate you. I
boys.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Let's go. That was a power.
All right. Peace out. Peace out.
Cheers.
Dude,
Yeah, that was
let's
awesome.
go.
Dude.